Yeah, it's a real cigarette. Oh, how excellent is that? Anyway, but the funny story is, right, I go to get my mail. Cigarettes. I finally gave up. I figured, okay, they're never going to get here. Fuck it. And so, yeah, I say, oh, package, cigarettes. And I felt them, and I could say, oh, yeah, see, they're cigarettes. You could just tell. A nice, soft pack, just the right size. Perfect. And so, and so I'm walking back to the house saying, this will be great. I'll make a video and have a cigarette. And, this will be so excellent. And I realized, fuck, I forgot my keys. Yeah, and I just closed all the storm windows, right? It's been cold. So even the window I used to use when something would go wrong, storm windows closed. And I didn't want to, I could always bend the frame and blah, 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 go through all that crap. So I decided to go through the front door instead, and fuck with the lock. Fuck it, but play with it. So, 15 minutes later, whatever, 20, now I'm late, but whatever. I got it open. And I got my lighter, my cigarette. But just was this little extra irritation. Like, who needed that? Not I. Well, I'm getting buzzed. Anyway. I haven't had a real cigarette in 2 months at least. 2 months anyway. Excellent. Anyway, where was I? I don't have to put strict rules on them. I just want to relax and have a cigarette. Anyway, so I was thinking this video was going to be about need. And, that you have to have some sort of need. Even in utopia, you would need a need. You would need to need something for utopia to have any use. There's a sort of need to go into the deprivated state to really work up a little bit of hunger, to really enjoy the meal kind of thing. And, it's like a lot of things in life. They can't go on too long, right? Like even a good movie. Some movies can get away with 3 hours. But man, there is a limit. And then you say, whoop, that's enough of that. I am full. And it's kind of like that with everything. Even things for which we kind of should have a bottomless pit. There's no such thing as a bottomless pit. So anyway, further in this context, I was thinking about how to, we have to provoke, this conversation about what it is to be human, and taking responsibility for what we can, because we are the empowered intelligence on Earth. We're the smartest creature on the planet, therefore we should be the bus driver kind of thing. Our relatives are still eking out an existence in this harsh, brutal, cold, cruel world, and most people seem quite indifferent to that responsibility. But even the human condition is, largely depraved. Depraved in both character and condition. And this really is quite pitiful that humans are okay with that. People are okay with that. So anyway, I'm just thinking of the kind of questions. I'm figuring we have to have a questionnaire to dissect where people are. We get to kind of narrow in on what the real issue is here. So I'm sort of back to the question of, if you had the green button, the button to initiate evolution on another planet, would you press it? And what conditions, if I change the conditions slightly, when can I create a condition where you say, ooh, no, don't press it. So if I just said, all right, so let's say that's just a simple analogy. Wow, the paving. Holy crap. Very nice. Too bad they won't probably do the path that matters to me. But it's really the wrong time of year, but I guess it's when they had the time. Look at all that new stone. It's like the golden brick road. The golden brick road. Yeah, look at that. It's all steamrollered properly. Very nice. Very nice. Give me happy feet. Very pretty. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
It looks nice, thanks.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's good. How you doing? So where was I? Yeah, back to the regular path here. Man, this course really is fucking me up a bit. Anyway, but very nice. Nerves. There are some extra chemicals in there of some kind. Yeah, the real thing is different. For sure. I don't know what they do to it. You know, when they, you know, you do the cheap nicotine, it certainly does, certainly a difference. Yeah, whoa, Rush City. Anyway, yeah. So you know, how badly do I have to alter it? If I alter it by saying, okay, everything's the same as it is on Earth, you can create a duplicate world. Do you press that button? Like on Mars or something. Same circumstances, same life form, same everything. And then just start modifying the question by saying, except all the suffering lasts twice as long and is twice as bad. So every misery, every toothache, every broken leg, everything takes twice as long to fix or to heal or to medicate, and is twice as loud as a negative sensation, an unpleasant sensation. The unpleasant character of the sensation is twice as big. Yeah. Then you still press the button. And like I said, do I make it 4 times, 10 times? How high do I have to make the number before you say, no, I won't press that? That would be ludicrous. I understand that there is, you know, some sort of limitation, you know. And then we can acknowledge, once we realize there's a number, I think for most people, it's not going to be too high a times number. Then it's just an argument about where that line should be. You know, you're saying life is good enough the way it is here. This is for profit. It's good enough to make more of it, do another one of them. The experiment's a success. Yeah, and well, I could argue that no, by my standards, we're 10 times too high, you know, or 100 times too high. I would be just the opposite. I wouldn't be willing to press the button, even if you gave me a, you know, 100, 1,000 times paler misery. I'd still not press it, just out of recognition that I know that it's a machine that feeds on need. And you don't need to make the need. Why create the chase? There's nothing great about it. It ends the same way, death. Zillions and zillions and zillions of organisms have done it. We've been there and done that over and over and over again. Trying to eke out comfort and satisfaction by following some path in life. You know, why would I want somebody to do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and do it again? Like some people might live charmed lives. I mean, they might have a life that's just so, Pasadena or something. Maybe they're internally as well as externally always the same temperature, and it's a pleasant temperature. There's no harassments, no bindings, no crinks in the back, or strange pain in the abdomen, or some other crap. Maybe they're not blighted by any deficiencies in their life, any sense of underperformance, like they should have got a little bit more out of it, could have been played a little better. Maybe they're not old enough to have the possibility of the reflective moments where you kind of do get a sense of the sameness of it. Not that you get bored, there's always shit to do, but you're not a virgin anymore. Hard. You're a non-virgin in the hard way, and it's just hard to get all whacked or interested in some sort of give more than 10 cent kind of way, just because you sort of know how it plays out. Your victories will always be kind of temporary. And that's the truth of it. And you start to appreciate, at least I think you do. I always kind of did, but I think you do, sort of appreciate the minimums. Just the idea of not being encumbered by bad circumstances, and having the capacity to go for a run, which I should have done, but I was smoking. Oof. Yeah. Yep. A little buzzed. Anyway, it's not enough. I didn't really hit what I was trying to hit, but again, it's just this idea that there's this main subject. Being alive is the subject. What is this? And what is our responsibility? Are we just supposed to live a life? Or is the real game, to be productive, to do something, to improve the game, to fix it? I've certainly argued there's an obligation to our status as the only organism on this planet capable of doing anything. Nobody else. So, it's on us. God, damn thing blew off again. Stupid tarp. I have to nail it to the ground or something. Didn't even seem like it was that windy. Oh well. Work is never done. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, thank you for the cigarette. Person with the cigarette and such. Gay guy and such. Probably not, but whatever. That's me again. Enjoying another cigarette in the twilight. Very nice. Except I have to put this in this hand. Yeah, I can freely smoke. Alright, where were we? Yeah. So it's just kind of narrowing it down. What it is that people really, when they look at life, what do they say the profit is? And I suppose, the question is sort of, there are people who don't themselves have kids, yet they support people having kids, or would support creation of another Earth, And those people, I guess, are even harder. They're the ones to really understand what's happening. Just sort of can understand it as a phenomenon, not understand it as I get what they're doing. Well, yeah, that didn't even sound right. There's a difference between getting it, like I understand that they're idiots, and understanding the idiocy. Okay. So anyway, people who are invested, have had kids, are wanting to have kids as a personal ambition. You can sort of see why they defend. Because they have a personal incentive. There's some reason why they need it. And so they are going to defend it because they need it. They want it. They want it to be free and easily accessed because that's what they want to do. So of course they're going to make excuses and rationalizations for it because they got a self-interest. Not that complicated. Turn it around already. Yeah. Anyway. It's gonna be nice to have one of these with a cup of coffee. Now I'll have no excuse not getting something meaningful done, as I've been cigarette energized. Yeah. I should be ready for battle. There's just not much to battle lately. So that's the whole point here, is just getting to an argument. Finding the argument. Finding what the argument hinges on. It's really quite impossible to argue with the people who don't acknowledge, bent over in pain, suffering. It doesn't matter how, just awful. I could paint any picture and they're just going to negate the reality of it. Say something like, well, it's going to be over. Yeah, for that individual. But it's going to show up again and again and again. So you can still buy mouse traps at the hardware store, even though it seems like all the suffering's over, right? All the mouse have been trapped. No, that's right. There'll be another one tomorrow. It's dismal. It's horrible. It's awful. Yeah. What do you want me to say? So anyway, can't argue with that. Can't argue with people who won't acknowledge the fact that there's a price to be paid for this thing. Because then they'll concede the futility But they'll just say it doesn't matter because it doesn't cost anything. Free. So it can be stupid and pointless. Anyway. But again, the subject's really the need. The word need. Need. Obviously, the universe doesn't need us. It's not incomplete without us. It's not broken without us. We're not integral to some function of the universe, some bigger purpose. We're just a variety of feeding device, on planet of the replicating molecule. And we have these added features, super senses, and makes this more fancy, but doesn't give us any more function. So even in utopia, you're still going to need to feed. And the question, why create the need? Why create something that needs to feed? Especially in the context where that creation will be very expensive. Lots of horror going on. Lots of very unpleasant conscious sensationing. I just can't do that without good cause. No, I can't. But anyway, so the argument can be made to somebody who recognizes the pain, and then you can just argue with them about the reality of the gain, that you're really not going to win. There'll be no accomplishment in the end. I haven't compacted this yet. It'd be really nice if they do the rest there. They were supposed to do it like 5 years ago. They always kept getting weeded out of the budget. It's more pressing concerns. More better things to do. It's nice having a unnaturally paved walkway for which I don't have to worry about kicking rocks and breaking my toe and all of that crap. Should have done this bit just to pretty it up. Even though it's okay. Would have been nice to have it the same color. But whatever. It's a minor complaint. Probably should put this out before I go into Loose City. It's already out. Maybe there's one hit left. So anyway, I don't need to make all that noise, so I must well say goodbye, Gracie here. Sorry, this is kind of just a nothing video. But the environment is challenging because it's there's no arguments. It's challenging to have a debate when no one will show up for the argument. But anyway, till next time.